Hello and welcome to day 3 of the ISSF World Cup here in Fort Benning, Georgia, United States. So you're very welcome to join us here on ISSF TV for this live transmission of the final of the 10-metre air rifle men's. We're about to go through the athletes who line up for this final in just a second. As you can see, people still arriving to this fairly small finals range here at Fort Benning. It is an army facility after all, and is doubling now as the home for this World Cup. My name is Rory McAllister, and my guest this afternoon, this morning actually even, I keep running away with myself, delighted to say is Andre Hageland of Norway. Hello.
Thank you, Rory. It's good to be here.
It is indeed. Now, there is, some of the Norwegian team tucking into their snacks before healthy snacks as well, yogurts by the looks of things, before the final gets going. Now, Henrik Larsson, who has made this final, you're sharing a room with him, are you not?
Yes, I am. It can be a bit of a struggle.
Well, he hasn't struggled to get to this final, I can tell you that.
No.
Our announcer this afternoon will be Mr. Jamie Stangroom of Great Britain, who is just gathering his papers and his microphone to get ready to introduce the athletes to you for this final. Well, outside it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit, that's about 27 degrees Celsius. Obviously the temperature not necessarily affecting this final today because we're indoors rather than outdoors for the finals like we were yesterday with the 3 positions. Al Liverland of the United States is the Chief Range Officer. He's just calling the final instructions for the athletes. So here we go with the introductions.
Of the ISSF World Cup Fort Benning 2018 and the International Shooting Sport Federation welcome you to the shooting range of the United States Army Marksmanship Unit. The final competition for the 10-metre air rifle men's event will now begin. So let's meet the athletes. On firing point A, representing the Czech Republic, the 22-year-old is appearing in his second final at the Fort Benning World Cup after making yesterday's 3 positions at final 8. Let's welcome back Petr Nimberský.
So Petr Nimberský, who made the 3-position men's final yesterday. This is his first final in a World Cup in 10 metres, 22 years of age.
On point B, representing Finland. He has 2 European Championship medals to his name across the rifle disciplines, including 1 bronze and a silver. It's Juho Korki.
Juho Korki of Finland. This is his 4th appearance in the final of a World Cup. He was the bronze medalist at the European Championships 5 years ago in 2013.
He also was in the final here in Fort Benning 3 years ago.
That is indeed true, yes. I've got that on my sheet too, but just didn't have enough time to mention that one as well, Andre, so thank you for mentioning that. So Yao Yunchong of the People's Republic of China, just outside the top 30, ranked 27th, won a silver at the World Cup in Gavilar last year. So here we have firing point D, Peter Sidi, 39 years old now, of Hungary, currently the world number 6 and shooter of the year 9 years ago.
Representing France. The Guadalajara World Cup back in March saw the 24-year-old make his first final appearance, finishing in 8th place, and looking to build on that here today is Brian Baudouin.
So Brian Baudouin of France made the final last month in Guadalajara and finished in 8th position. He was also 5th in the World Championships in Granada 2014.
Being the bronze from Granada 2013, it's Julian Eustace.
Julian Eustace of Germany, just outside the top 50, ranked 52nd. Bronze medalist at Granada at the World Cup in 2013, and this is his 5th appearance in a final at a World Cup.
He secured his 9th World Cup medal, taking 3 positions gold, and also he took the 10-metre gold in Guadalajara this year. It's the world number 1, Istvan Penny.
Istvan Penny of Hungary, a man who needs no introduction, still only 21 years old, 9 World Cup medals to his name. Won the gold at Guadalajara last month and also took gold in the 3 positions here yesterday at the Fort Benning World Cup.
In the 3 positions final, he also has a junior world championship bronze medal to his name. It's Henrik Larsson.
So Henrik Larsson, current ranking is 144, but I think that's slightly misleading to his actual ability. Would you not agree,
He'll
Andre?
jump on the world ranking today, I'm sure.
Andre is certainly confident of Henrik's performance this afternoon. This is his first appearance in the final of the World Cup. He was fourth in the European Championships earlier on this year and is in fine form. Made the final 3 positions yesterday and is in the final today. So certainly is shooting very, very well during his time here in Georgia in the United States. If you have just joined us, this is ISSF TV. You're very welcome. This is the final. It's just about to begin of the 10-metre air rifle men.
Will shoot now 2 series of 5 shots, each fired in a time of 250 seconds.
So the final starts with 2 series of 5 shots, and it's for shooters it's very important to do a good start, because after the 12th shot we'll start with eliminations, and scoring good in the first 10 will give you an easier ride through the final, and will of course make it easier to grab one of those medals.
That is indeed how it's going to work. Thank you for the explanation, Andre. So you say that it's been tricky at times sharing a room with Henrik. Why is he? Is he untidy?
Well, yeah, he's certainly untidy, but he has odd habits. So we have a bathroom with a very small bathtub, and Henrik has been spending an hour in that bathtub every night.
Male grooming
with his Mac on the lap, looking at ISSF finals.
I see.
To psych himself up for the experience.
In the bath with his computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't advise that kind of behaviour here at ISSF TV. Each to their own, mind you. How long have you known Henrik Larsson?
Oh, a couple of years. Henrik is very young, so we haven't really been in the top for very long, but he came as a junior very quickly. I still remember the first times he outscored me. It was a bit of annoying because he was so young, but he's come a long way and is on his way to be definitely be a world-class shooter.
It's certainly looking that way. I mean, if you make 2 finals in 1 week, I mean, granted, of course, they are different disciplines, obviously both with a rifle, but I think certainly it's a sign, as you say, that he is so young that he really does have a bright future ahead of him.
Yes, Henrik is a good all-round shooter. He shoots very well with the air rifle as well as the small bore, so he'll be to see in the finals, both 50 meters and 10 meters in the years to come.
So this is the opening round of 5 shots. Each shooter takes 5 shots at the target. A 10.9 is the highest you can score. That's considered to be a bullseye, if you like. And as you can see on your screens here, most of the scores are coming in at 10 plus.
Yes, 10.5 or better is, I like to consider that a good shot. And in a final like this, you should have most of your shots 10.5 or above, because it's very hard to shoot an entire final 24 shots without having a couple of misses. So hitting a lot of shots dead in the center will give you a good score.
And the precision here is just so small, isn't it? It's as in fine, I think is probably a better word, but just having a wide angle shot of Istvan Paine there. Who knows, eventually one day we may even be able to transmit in 3D.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be interesting. So this, as you can see now, this gives you a great view of almost what the shooters are seeing and contending with. This is a 10-meter final, so the shooters are exactly 10 meters from the target.
Yep.
As they shoot with their rifles.
Do you know what I really like about 10 meters, Rory? It's that there's no wind here, and the temperature is bearable. There's no sun, so it's really it's man against the target. All the wind that is in the 10-meter range is usually in between your ears.
Yes, and just I suppose with the general atmosphere or air conditioning or something like that, which is minimal. But no, you're absolutely right, because yesterday it was very, very warm here.
Yes.
For both the finals in the afternoon.
It was warm and windy, and this was particularly a difficult range when it was windy, because of the high walls that made the wind do circles in the range.
So Peter City looked unhappy with something just there. Not quite sure what's going on. Maybe perhaps we will find out, or perhaps a problem with either his rifle or he's just disappointed in his own performance. But here's how it stands so far. It's Korki of Finland who leads, Eustace of Germany in second position, and Istvan Penny. He's always there or thereabouts. His performance yesterday, though, Istvan Penny, just to talk about that, was incredible.
I noticed that Julian shot 10 series of 107.2, which is just an incredible score.
Yeah, I mean, to move from 8th after the kneeling position.
You're talking about Istvan?
Yeah, Istvan, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. It was an 8th position to then take gold.
Yeah.
That's, you know, in shooting, when the margins are so fine.
Yes, absolutely.
That's an awful lot of ground to make up. So here is Eustace of Germany.
So Korki's shot a very good first series. 52.7 is, yeah, that's absolutely a good series. And he is continuing with good shots.
He's just scored a 10.8. So here's your roommate, Henrik Larsson.
Yep.
Who should be smelling very sweet after all those baths that he's been taking. You would need it though with some of the heat and humidity that we're experiencing here at Fort Benning. It's an amazing facility though. It's part of the US Army, this entire facility. It's huge as well. It's almost like its own city or even county really.
It's like an own community in here with schools and kindergartens and fire department and police and everything.
And shops and all sorts. And some 26,000 army soldiers come through this facility every single year.
Juho Korki just shot in 10.9.
So we've had our first 10.9 then of this final by the looks of things. And that has been scored by Juho Korki of Finland. It's been very, very quiet though throughout the week in the finals hall as the finals have been taking place. But obviously the crowd tend to get going as we approach the medal section of the final. But still, it's been very, very pensive, very, very tense.
Yeah. The program here is very dense. Most of the people on the range are shooters. So when they're not shooting, they are doing preparations for their next shooting. So I think that's why there are not so many spectators here on the range.
So we've had a 10.8 from Yao of the People's Republic of China, who lead the medals table at the moment, which isn't becoming too much of a surprise these days with these ISSF World Cups.
Yep. So the women took a triple in the air rifle event.
They did.
That's
a 1, 2, 3.
That's a good performance for the Chinese team.
Korki's high standard is maintained as well, another 10.6.
106.1 is it's a fantastic score. He definitely had a good start. And the lead is, what's the lead? 2.5 points.
Start.
That's
yes,
that's a huge lead after only 10 shots.
So no change at the top then. Korki does still lead, as we've just been pointing out. There's a difference of 2.5 already, and this is only after the second shot series of 5 shots. It's Eustace of Germany and then Yao of China in third position.
Yeah, it's a very small margin from third to 6th place.
There's only 0.7 between those, and then 0.1 between 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
and also between third and fourth. It's very, very close. We now move to single shots. So this is shot 11 of this final. After shot 12, we will have our first elimination, which at the moment, unless he can improve his position, is Baudouin of France. Is this when the nerves kick in then, Andre?
Yeah, especially when you're in elimination place, you'll start to struggle. It's harder to be like almost eliminated than being in the middle of the row.
Well, it's amazing. Yesterday, Svan Penny saved himself 3 times in the 3-position final from elimination.
Absolutely.
That was incredible. Yeah. And as you said, the conditions are outdoors with the wind yesterday.
Yes, and Istvan is a very good standing shooter, and that's what made him the gold yesterday.
So it's Corky and Larsen of Finland and Norway who score the 2 highest scores there, 10.7 for Corky and 10.6 for Larsen. So
Larsen is climbing.
Larsen is climbing.
Currently in 3rd place.
And in 8th position at the moment is Brian Baudouin of France, who will be leaving this final unless he can improve on his situation. But he is 1.9 behind Nimberski.
That's a lot to make
of the Czech Republic. It is. It is. It is. It's a big ask, but sometimes with shooting, you do never know. We'll just have to see. Here we go. Let's see what Nimberski can score here. Here he is. He's in 7th position. He's 1.9 in front of Baudouin and a 10.6 from Nimberski. It does mean that in 8th position, so leaving this final, representing France, is Brian Baudouin.
A total of 120.3 and equaling his best finish at a World Cup. It's still our shooter from Finland, the man to catch.
So he finishes in the same position that he did in Guadalajara last month. He was 8th in that final, but still no shame in finishing 8th. I mean, making the final is an achievement in itself.
Yes, absolutely.
And Yao, and we have shot 13 now coming on.
So do you believe in superstitions, Andre? Unlucky with 13?
No, absolutely not.
As a shooter, you just... numbers are just numbers.
Yep.
It's probably best to be that way, to be honest.
Yes.
We just saw Pete Carson on our screens there of USA Shooting. One of the men who is integral to this entire World Cup, pulling it all together at this facility in Fort Benning. Works out of
by Peter City. Yes.
Works out of Colorado normally, but now obviously for Fort Benning for this World Cup. Yes, we have a 10.9 from Peter City.
And also a 10.8 from Cookie.
Means he's been separated from Yao. I'm sure it's very emotional. Still no change at the top. Cookie at 10.8. He's increased his lead again. It's up to 3.6 still. Eustace in 2nd. City's jumped up to 3rd. Penny's up into 4th. Larsen down into 5th. Nimberski in the danger zone, 7th place, 0.9 behind Yao in 6th. So the next shot is for 7th.
Corky now has a very good grasp on the gold medal. He really has a comfortable lead.
3.6 in front.
Yeah.
That's some margin.
But the race for the silver is still very open.
Yeah, there's only a difference of 0.6 between City and Eustace of Germany.
That's not much when there's still like 11 shots left.
So Corky this time scores a 10.4. That's one of his lowest scores for some time. Larsen though with a 10.6.
So ladies and gentlemen, finishing in 7th place.
And we have our next elimination from this final now, representing the Czech Republic. Petr Nimberski finishes on the score of 141.7.
This was his first final in the 10 metre, making that his best finish. So So, the highest score there was Larson with a 10.
He did well in qualification though, he's third in qualification, but leaves this final in 7th place.
City in third, who's 0.4 behind Eustace in second, and the difference has gone up ever so
It was only his
slightly
first final in a 10-metre final of the World Cup, so not a bad day's work really.
He's a young shooter, so
yeah,
he'll get more experience and he'll probably be back to shoot more finals.
That's right, he's still only 22 years of age. So we have 2 Hungarians in this final. Here's Peter Siddi. With a straight 10. Meanwhile, his countryman Istvan Penny has scored a 10.5, but we have a 10.7 from Henrik Larsson, who is closing the gap. As Andre was saying just a second ago, it looks as if it's more like a battle for silver, although the lead has narrowed just ever so slightly, but only slightly, from 3.6 to 3.5 now between Eustace of Germany and Korki of Finland. That's still some margin.
For your next competition shot, load. Start.
When the shooters are shooting the single shots, the scores usually tend to like equal out because you're aware of your competitors, how they score. And if some of them start shooting very well, it's easier to shoot well. And also if someone has a bad shot, it has like a contagious effect.
So eliminated from this final in 6th position on a total of 163.2 is Yao Yongchong, 27th in the world at the moment. Took the silver medal at Gabala in the World Cup last year in 2017. So can Korki be caught, do you think, Andre?
Yes, he can be caught, but
I mean the difference is now 2.1.
Yeah, he currently has a very comfortable lead. So again, it's what's special with the air rifle event. It's man against the target. He only needs to keep his head leveled, and he'll finish in with a good score.
But a second ago, that lead was 3.6, then 3.5, now 2.1. So
yes,
the pressure is clearly mounting.
Yep. You just need to shake it off and continue. You know how to shoot good shots. So.
Exactly. He's in front. Just focus on what you're doing.
Right up the table. He's now level with Eustace in second place, both on a total of 175.5. That's 1.5 behind the leader, Korki of Finland. So his lead has gone down.
The lead is
narrowing again.
Yep.
This is going to be an interesting ending, I think, to this final. We'll have our next elimination as well after this next single shot.
Shot 18 to decide who goes next.
So
close call.
It's
yeah,
there's only a difference of 0.1 between Penny and Larsson, and I know who you're cheering for, Andre.
Yeah.
Start.
There's Larsson on the end. You can see on this shot as well the difference in stance between the likes of Henrik Larsson and Istvan Penny. Obviously there's a difference in height as well.
Yeah. Henrik is very flexible, so he has to have a laid-back position. Istvan is standing more straight.
Penny scored a 10.7 there, Larsson with only a flat 10, so it is Henrik Larsson who leaves this final, your countryman Andre, but still, again, he's very, very young and finishes 5th in this final.
His second, 5th place in 2 competitions, which is very good. But still, I don't think he is quite happy with the 5th place.
No, he seems quite a competitive young man.
Yes. Well, he'll be back and he'll be stronger.
So we move on now to shot 19.
Now Penny is a master of this. He's surviving elimination sequences, but he is 0.3 behind his fellow countryman Peter Siddi at the moment. So either way, Hungary will progress. It just depends now which athlete. Great shot from Siddi. That's a 10.8. It's really showing his experience. Penny, his countryman, with a 10.5. 10.4 for Eustace. And Korki of Finland is starting to waver. There's a 9.5. I mean, I personally couldn't get anywhere near 9.5, to be honest, but even at this stage of the competition, look at this, it's now level. Korki of Finland on 196.6. Peter Siddi has crept up the scoreboard, and they are now tied for the lead. This is now to decide fourth.
It's so close now. Any one of these 4 athletes can win, and any one of them can be eliminated in the next shot.
So it's Penny of Hungary at the moment. He's 0.4 behind Eustace of Germany. I wouldn't be surprised if Penny pulls a shot out of the bag. It may not be enough to save him.
And this shot is especially a difficult one, because this is where the medals are.
Fourth place, representing Hungary.
So there we are, from second position to fourth position. Peter Siddi only scored an 8.8 there, which means he now leaves the competition. Once again, Istvan Penny survives another elimination process. So Istvan Penny will pick up another medal. It now just depends what colour. He's only 0.2 behind Korki of Finland, who has led all the way until this stage of the competition. It's now Eustace of Germany who leads with only a difference of 0.1. This is so slim. This is going to be an exciting finish to this final. It really is.
This is 6 out of 6 medals for Istvan Penny in World Cups this year.
It doesn't surprise me. One day we will realise that he's a machine. I think he is a machine. He's a wonderful man as well. He's so pleasant and very, very nice to be around. Here we go then. We're now deciding the bronze. If you have just joined us, this is ISSF TV. This is the final of the 10-metre air rifle men. And yes, once again, Istvan Penny is in the hunt for another medal.
Stop. Eustace, the big hitter there.
So Eustace maintains his lead.
He's increasing his lead, actually.
And that's a wonderful shot, 10.7. As Andre pointed out, it does now increase the difference to 0.7. Istvan Penny is 0.1 behind Korki. Korki has led for most of this competition, and I think really has just started to waver in the final stages. 26 years of age now. He's number 50 in the world. And this is Korki's 4th appearance in a final of a World Cup. The crowd now starting to get behind the athletes, clapping along with their encouragement. A 10.6 from Eustace, a 10.7 from Korki, and Istvan Penny with a 10.1. So here we have another medal representing Hungary, a name that is becoming so synonymous with the podium and with medals at these World Cups. He almost looks disappointed, actually. Istvan Penny gets a bronze medal in this 10-metre air rifle final, but you can't win them all. So Andre, here we go then, a difference of 0.6 between Finland and Germany. Your predictions, who's going to win the gold?
It's difficult, it's very open, but I think that maybe Julian has the best, well, of course he's leading, and also he's come from behind and surpassed Korki that's been in the lead, so he's more on the offensive. Korki is probably feeling that he has to defend his position on the top of the final, so we'll see.
Oh, a 10.3 from Eustace and only a 9.4 from Corky. That now means the difference is 1.5. I think you could be right, Andre.
Yep.
The next shot
So it certainly seems like it's more difficult to stay in front than...
No, it's not.
As in
sometimes it's easy to stay in front, but if when people come closing in from behind, then it's
that's when the pressure starts to mount. It gets difficult.
Mountains becomes difficult to be on top. And especially when Julian just surpassed him a couple of shots ago.
So this is going to take a bit of a miracle now, but it's in the bag. A 10.6 from Eustace of Germany, and whooping and cheering from the German supporters. Meanwhile, what a final shot for Corky of Finland. He finishes with a 10.5. And the Chief Range Officer, Earl Liverland, has called that the results are final. So the gold medal goes to Germany, their first gold medal of this World Cup. Julian Eustace on a total of 248.7. It's Juho Corky of Finland who takes the silver medal, and Istvan Penny of Hungary, another medal, this time bronze. So here we have our medalists in front of us. Istvan Penny on the right-hand side, the bronze medalist for this final.
The bronze medal representing Hungary goes to Istvan Penny.
So takes his applause. That was Peter Siddi, his fellow countryman. The silver medal representing Finland, Juho Corky, who led the competition for pretty much the entire way until the final stages of the single shots.
And the gold medal representing Germany.
And the gold medal winner was ranked 52 in the world as he came into this final. Obviously that will now change. Now 30 years old. Took the bronze at Granada in 2013 at the World Cup, so he now adds a gold medal, and this was his 5th appearance in the final of a World Cup. What a performance to come from behind, as you said, Andre. Yep. Unbelievable. So that concludes the final, and that's the only final we have for today. So my guest this afternoon has been Andre Hageland of Norway. Thank you very, very much for joining us here in the commentary position for this final.
Thank you, Rory. It's been a blast.
And good luck with the rest of your time sharing a room with Henrik Larsson.
Thank you.
And his MacBook in the bath. So from everyone at ISSF TV today, if you're watching this live, then literally you've just missed the final of the 10-metre air riflemen. If you're watching this on repeat on either the ISSF website or on Facebook, then hello to you. Feel free to leave your comments. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 4 of the ISSF World Cup here in Fort Benning. So from everyone here, from myself, Rory McAllister, and everyone at ISSF TV, good day to you.